Welcome back to the Whiskey Explorer. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. If this is your first time visiting the channel, if you could just do us a big favor, if you could please click that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you know when we are dropping new videos. And thanks so much for those of you that are returning to the channel for another video review. And tonight we have got a special episode for you. It is very special because the first mate, Alice, has joined us again for another whiskey review. She is here to reprise her role, as she did before, with such expert tasting notes as... Ashtray. So if you haven't seen it yet, go back in the channel, look for the Jura Superstition review, and that features the first mate in her first appearance on the channel. Some very comical tasting notes there from Alice.
Yes.
Alright, we also have a special bottle for you guys tonight. We have got the Glenmorangie Tale of the Cake. And this special edition actually was purchased by Alice here, the first mate, yours truly, and she actually got this for my Christmas present last year. Yep. So this is actually Glenmorangie's special edition, their limited edition single malt Scotch, and this came out last about November or so, like late November,
Just
early
before,
December,
before
right?
Yeah,
before Christmas.
Yeah.
And this one is called Tale of the Cake, and this year they've actually got a new special release coming out called Tale of the Winter. So, should be good. So what's special about this one here is this is the Glenmorangie single malt, but then it's finished in Tokaji Hungarian dessert wine casks. And this was the Glenmorangie's sort of creative director of whiskey, Dr. Bill, and his sort of intention with the Tale of the Cake was to create a whiskey that would be reminiscent of sort of the memories that he had associated with cake. So, kind of makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. And one of those memories that he kind of shared with his audience was that his daughter had made him a pineapple upside down cake for one of his birthdays, and so he's kind of trying to invoke those flavors in this whiskey. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Alice, do you want to talk about the bottle design?
Yes, I'm the judge of that.
Yes.
It's delightful. It is a gorgeous bottle, not unlike all the rest of Glenmorangie's bottles. I am a big buyer of Glenmorangie for what?
For closing gifts.
For my closing gifts for real estate. They are the best bottle makers in town. Their boxes are great, although I hear that they've switched to this...
No, so the Nectar d'Or, so Alice actually got one of the older age-stated Glenmorangie Nectar d'Ors, which is 12 years old.
Very fancy. It was a very fancy box.
Had an awesome closure to it, like a magnetic closure, like very heavy cardboard box, kind of opened up, presentation style. Yeah. They since removed that box, and it's just a cardboard sleeve like this one.
Big mistake.
Huge mistake. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. They also removed the age statement, which isn't good. So, yeah.
And I bought the black one too. There's a black one that had a fancy box too. No.
Yeah. What was that other one you bought?
I have no idea.
Was that Glenmorangie Signet?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So she also bought the Glenmorangie Signet as well.
Yeah.
This one here, I'm just gonna hold I'll do some B-roll of the bottle for you guys, but to show you the box as well. The box is kind of got a really nice, kind of cool, different design to it. It's got the Glenmorangie on this side, Tale of the Cake on this side, and then it's got like this kind of Technicolor kind of pattern of the cake layers in there as well. So kind of harkening back to the concept or the theme of the whiskey. Yeah.
Good stuff.
And this one here, this bottle was 120 plus tax here in our market in Canada. It is a no age statement, so no age statement on here, and it is bottled at 46% ABV. This one here, the 46% alcohol volume, that is actually the alcohol level that they don't need to necessarily chill filter whiskeys at anymore.
Why?
It has enough alcohol in it that you could add ice to it and it wouldn't get cloudy. So, yeah, cool. Yeah, so it's kind of a cool little tidbit, cool little fact. Yeah. So I suspect that this one, even though it doesn't say so anywhere on the box or on the label, I believe this one to be... Oh, actually, you know what? I lied. Right there on the side, non-chill filtered.
Boom.
There you go, boom. So it is non-chill filtered. So there we go. Yeah. So that's also good news. So that should contribute to a nice kind of coating, like mouthfeel to it. So what I think this whiskey is, so far as what I've heard through the grapevine, is that it's actually the Glenmorangie 10-year-old single malt, then finished in the northeastern Hungarian Tokaji wine casks.
What do you mean? So they age it 10 years.
Yeah.
They take it out.
Yeah.
They sniff it and they make sure it's good, and then they shove it in Tokaji.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tokaji casks. You got it exactly. So it'd be a double barreling, and then on that secondary barreling, it would be in a Tokaji wine cask.
So do they sell this just like if they don't put it in Tokaji?
I
Which
think.
one is that?
So I think that's the Glenmorangie 10 year. That's
Okay.
what I've heard. That's what I've heard.
It's kind of a cop out though. A little bit.
So, anyways, yeah. So let's give this one here a try without further ado. And so, as you guys can see, I've definitely shared this one with friends and family. So it's down past the halfway mark now. But we'll get to a review on this. So, a quick little cork pop. There we go. I'm gonna get a little pour here for Alice going.
Sure. Sounds great.
Alice insisted on having our little friend there in this video. I don't know why, but it's pretty funny at least.
Elliot!
Yes, Elliot. Oh, God. Okay. All right. So, yeah, Glenmorangie. So, Highland single malt Scotch. So, this is, it says on the box here, it is a sweet, multi-layered whiskey, lusciously reminiscent of cake. So, go on the color there real quick first. Color in the glass is actually like a nice kind of light amber
color.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, like amber, like the actual amber stone. So there is actually a bit of color to that. It's probably picking up some of the color from the secondary casking, like on the Tokaji wine casks.
And some food coloring.
I don't think there's any coloring added to this one. That would normally be, they would normally, and
They don't have to disclose that if it's in the whiskey.
Yes, that's true.
Right?
And it would be E150. So unless it says it on the label that it's non-chill filtered and non-colored, then you have to assume that there's some E150, which is the caramel color kind of added in there. Oh, not yet. So we'll do so we checked out the color there real quick. Also to mention on the price point, 120. It's a little steep for a non-age statement, but part of the cost in there is going to be the cost of them providing that secondary barrel. Apparently, the Tokaji wine casks, like those used wine casks, they're very expensive. Yeah, so that's apparently part of it.
That doesn't make sense.
All right, so let's go in for a nosing. Cheers.
I smell a sappy, soapy oak smell.
Do you mean like a sappy oak smell?
No, soapy too.
Okay.
And
So
a flippant minerality.
Flippant. You mean a flint minerality?
What's flint?
Flint is like what you use to start a fire.
Yes.
Okay. So
Smells good.
it smells good. So I get like a lot of vanilla on the nose on this one.
I get a ton of white chocolate.
Okay, so I can pick up on the white chocolate for sure.
I mean,
I get
it's so
some-
much white chocolate,
Mm.
right?
There's some in there for sure.
Am I reading the room right?
I don't know. I think there's quite a bit of like icing sugar in there, like confectionery sugar. There's vanilla in there.
There's peach,
Butterscotch,
peach.
caramel. I would say orchard fruit for sure. So for me, there's like a little bit of pear in there. There's some little tropical fruit sweetness as well.
Passion fruit, perhaps.
I don't know about passion fruit.
Glenmorangie, I'm just going to go out on a limb here with my expertise with this brand in particular and say that their hallmark flavors include a bit of mint, so I'm just going to throw that right in there.
Oh God.
And it's true. Look it up on the website, because that's what I did.
Okay.
It's in there.
Yeah. So
Just because your nose can't pick it out. Mine
would you say it smells like cake?
and mint. Like a baker's bread.
Okay.
A fine baker's bread with yeast.
All right. Well, let's get into the tasting on this one.
All right.
Cheers.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Okay, this is the second time we did this video, but I'm going to go ahead and just, because he's still swishing it around. It has a soapy note. It does.
There is a soapy note, for sure. It's not the first note I get,
It's the first.
but I think what she's talking about is like a Glenmorangie distillery characteristic. But this reminds me of like the Glenmorangie 10. So it has that distinct malty, sweet, Speyside type of character to it.
Oh, what?
So that's like the region of Scotland that it's in.
Oh,
So it says
okay.
Highland single malt Scotch, But really, I believe it's within the Speyside region of Scotland for Scotch producing.
That would explain the heavily peated flavor as well.
No, absolutely not. So yeah, so I get like on the flavor, there's lots of vanilla. There's that distillery characteristic from Glenmorangie. It's a little bit of a citrus note there.
Spicy.
Orchard fruit, I would say like a little bit of pear. The spice kind of comes in the middle of the palate. It's a little bit of like dry cinnamon spice, I would say, to it. Let's go in for a second sip. Cheers.
It's got to hit your tongue in the right spot, otherwise it's real strong.
Mm.
You know when you get the pineapple, it's on the back of the tongue.
There is
at the back of the
absolutely
finish.
a pineapple note to it.
But at the back of the finish.
So he said he was kind of going after that pineapple upside down cake. I could see that in there. There's a decent kind of mouth coating. It's not fully mouth coating, but it's somewhat there for sure. Lots of sweetness. It's like the vanilla, a little bit of cinnamon on the mid palate, orchard fruit, so some pear, a little bit of green apple. I definitely get the pineapple, like Alice said. That kind of comes as almost like a little bit of a tannic, like astringent note, like in the back end of the palate. A little bit of pineapple for sure.
True.
And actually, to go along with this one, the other thing that I did is I actually said, all right, well, I'm going to actually make a pineapple cake. So I haven't baked anything since like home ec in grade 8. So I decided I would make this pineapple cake, and we'd see how close Dr. Bill, the creator of whiskey from Glenmorangie, how close he got to it. So we're going to try a little pairing here for you guys. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So here we go. It's got the we got the pineapple cake. I'll just bring it in a little closer for you guys to look. Well, it doesn't look all that impressive, but anyways, it's like basically like a pineapple cake, a very dense pineapple cake with cream cheese icing. So we're gonna try that and see how it pairs with the Glenmorangie cake.
I think you can't just eat it, and you have to put the cake in your mouth, then pour the whiskey in, and then chew it.
I'm gonna try
That's
it
what I'm
separate.
gonna do. I've already tried it on its own, so. Oh, no. Nope.
No, not a good call, eh? Oh my gosh.
Nope.
All right. So I had a little bit of the pineapple cake. Nice, very pineapple-y flavor. I put like a whole can of crushed pineapple in there. Let's try it with the Glenmorangie. Cheers.
I'm going to go ahead and say you do want to do...
Mmm.
Try it both ways. It doesn't work when you double dip like that.
Wow.
No.
So it's really good pairing if you have it kind of separate like I did. What comes out in the whiskey is all the sweet flavors. So you get like a really kind of dense honey flavor to it. There's the vanilla, the butterscotch. It definitely brings out more of the pineapple flavor in the whiskey when you have it with the pineapple cake. Then you get that icing sugar kind of topping to it. Comes out the vanilla, the kind of cream to it. A little bit of spice on the back end, but it actually pairs amazingly well with the pineapple cake. So I do encourage you guys, if you can find the Glenmorangie cake still, go out and grab a bottle. Fantastic on its own, but definitely do try also making a pineapple cake with it.
But why buy a bottle when you can get a sample from Jeff for free?
Okay, well, I guess Alice kind of put me on the spot there, so here's what we'll do, guys.
Pour one for your homies, Jeff.
I will be pouring one for my homies for sure. I'll definitely, so what we'll do, guys, we'll do a sample giveaway from this one. Just drop a comment on the video down below. Let us know what you thought. Make sure you drop that comment. Subscribe to the channel. Until next time, guys, thanks so much for joining us. And until next time, may your sails be full and your drowns be fuller. Cheers.
Next time I get to do the cheers.